Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm so delighted that you are joining me on a day 2. Get ready for Miracles Challenge, 14-day challenge. Today's challenge, it's called Open Your Heart for Miracles. So yesterday we were talking about opening our mind and being in a space of seeing the miracles where we previously didn't see them, allowing them, not resisting them, but being part of this incredible plan of the universe and allowing those miracles to happen wherever we go. And thirdly, becoming the miracle worker, which is a mindset. And I've invited you to make a decision that you are stepping into a portal of miracles, and every day it's going to build upon the next one. Wonderful. Already 10 people have joined me, even in a few seconds. That's very, very beautiful and exciting. And so today, it's all going to be about the heart. And I feel so excited about it because, the power of the heart has been with me since I've been very young. And I've created this amazing program called Successful Heart. And I'm going to talk to you about today, in essence, about the power of the heart, but in a way that you can do it quite quickly every day and utilize it for anything that you want to achieve, attract. But it's not really only about a quick fix. It's about the style of living, open-hearted, open-minded. And now I tell you why it is important to open your heart to receive miracles, to create miracles. So essentially, our heart, it's our second brain. And this is the part of our being which makes decisions even before we use our brain to make decisions. It's just a few seconds before we make a decision, our heart knows whether it's the right thing or not. So people who are heart-centered and who have expanded the electromagnetic field of their heart, they tend to be more intelligent. This is scientific studies. They tend to be more peaceful, more relaxed. They tend to achieve the goals more easily and more successfully. And they tend to be just generally more happy. So when the scientists measure the level of happiness of the people who are more mind-centered, brain-centered, and people who are heart-centered, they find that people who have spent some time on opening their heart, they are a lot more happy. And so I call it entering a good luck zone, becoming the creator of your good luck. And again, this is not just for you, but it is for everybody around you. Because when you feel good, everybody around you feels good. So you see people who walk into the room and it feels like you can hang an axe in the air because it's very harsh, angry, and uncomfortable energy around them. And then you know people who walk into the room, and even if they don't say anything, and even if they don't smile, they walk in and they bring light, lightness, expansion, peace, joy, and you want to be around them, you want to do business with them, you want to play with them, you want to be their friend. And so I'm going to invite you today to become this kind of person even more. I mean, you're listening to it, it's very likely that you're one of those people already. But I'm going to ask you to put the dial even higher and expand the energy of your heart a lot wider. So it's not just the size of your body or of the room, but it's the size of the city. Many people say that people who are enlightened or saints, the energy of their heart is so vast that it's like a few kilometers big. How about if we create this field of love around us? So how do we do that? Now, there's many ways of doing this, but one of the fastest ways of expanding the electromagnetic field of your heart, which is already much bigger than your brain, is to enter the energy of gratitude. Gratitude, appreciation, love, wishing people well, blessing. I talk about it all on my program, but today I want to ask you to do a very specific exercise that I do every day, but you can make it as short or as long as you wish. You can make your whole day the exercise of expanding your heart. And ideally, the more you spend time in your appreciative, grateful, heart-centered, loving space, you will become a factory for miracles, because everything around you that you desire will be matching with the energy of love, divine love. The more love, the more you attract the miracles. The more love you have in your heart, the more easy it is to manifest anything you want. In fact, I find that often things come to me in a miraculous way long before I've even decided I needed them. So the universe knows what I need, and because my vibration is high at that given moment, things that I need, I maybe don't know about it yet that I needed, come to me easily and effortlessly. So today, my darlings, I would love you to do an exercise. Ideally, do it in the morning. But if you don't have time to do it in the morning, definitely do it in the evening. And what I would like to suggest is that you buy today, or if you have one already, that you find a smallish kind of book, like A5 or smaller, which will be your gratitude book or your heart book. And in it, you're going to be writing specific gratitudes throughout the day, the things that you have noticed, which are a miracle, which are something that you definitely perceive as a blessing. And you see, the point in this is, because I know many of you already do that, but the point in this is that when you start writing the gratitude down and you start actually focusing in your mind on the smallest things that normally would have missed, the capacity for love, the capacity for gratitude expands. So the muscle, your heart muscle, expands. And then what happens is that this is the opening portal to miracles. Without that, I would be very surprised if we are able to enter this portal of miracles, create them, see them, manifest them, and create magic in other people's lives as well. Good morning, Marek. Good morning, Joe. Wonderful. So Joe says, I couldn't find the day one, but we'll catch up. It should be on all my walls on Facebook, on YouTube now, because I am broadcasting to all my Facebook places and to YouTube this amazing program called StreamYard. So if you're doing similar things to me, if you use StreamYard, then you can access more people at the same time. Okay, so coming back to your little notebook. So as you go through the day and you do your normal things, keep your mind, your eyes open, your special glasses on things that touch you, things that you would normally not even notice, and write them down. And do write the word, I'm grateful for, blah, 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 whatever that is. And the whole point of this is that the more you write it, the more you notice it, the more you feel like you're a multimillionaire of gifts, blessings, and amazing opportunities. Your brain will start adjusting in a very new way. It will change the way your body works, your mind works, your physiology works. Well, we already know from scientific studies that people who are grateful, they are healthier. They suffer from migraines a lot less. They suffer from depression less. In fact, it's very difficult to be very depressed and grateful at the same time. Good morning, Caroline. Yes, and Carolyn says, I'm using the notebook for expansion, blessings, and gratitude all in one. That's absolutely perfect. The reason why I suggested for it to be a bit smaller and for the gratitude is because sometimes when people have big bags and they travel very far, it's very easy to put it even in the side pocket of your trousers and pull it out and write it down. The magic that happens actually with this notebook is that when you've written it, you may be in the middle of doing something and you may only have 30 seconds or 1 or 10 seconds to write it. But when you have time later on in the evening to read it, this is where the power of it doubles, quadruples, and it becomes a lot bigger. And so basically, let me tell you what I would love you to do today. And hopefully every day from today, it doesn't take very long, but it creates incredible, powerful effect for your life. So basically, those are the 4 points I would like you to do. So the first thing I would love you to do is to make a list of all the things that you are grateful to. That could be people, circumstances, situations, and you could make a list of 100 things. But ideally, I would love you to make a list of at least 10 things. And at this very moment, you can even do that. So if you have a piece of paper and pen, don't go away if you don't, but you can think it. So make a list of 1 or 2 or 3 things at least that you feel grateful for. People, situations, circumstances. That could be things that are happening now. It could be things that have happened in the past few months in 2019. I have had a very miraculous day yesterday, and it sometimes is something very, very small. When I was in the afternoon when I was doing a live for you, I thought, oh, I would love to eat something delicious and something gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, but something sweet. I really, really, really wanted. And my friends send me a message saying, hi, we're not that very far from you, and we have 2 cakes for you because we've just been to a gluten-free, dairy-free restaurant. Would you like us to pop in? And it was just like all Christmas is coming together because I was a bit hungry and I just needed something that delicious. But interestingly enough, because I tend to be very busy, but because I was doing this 14-day challenge, miracle, I can't tell you how grateful I felt in every single cell in my body. And I told them, but they gone home, and I even sent a message to them. Thank you so much. You are such blessings and miracles in my life. And even though they are, because I'm doing this challenge with you, the intensity of the gratitude was immense. And when I was falling asleep, it felt that I was sort of floating on air of love. And just before I went to sleep, I said to my partner, can we just share the miracles that have happened today? And sharing this with your partner or with your children, actually it's amazing for children as well, asking children in the evening, what are you grateful for today, my darling? It starts actually opening the heart of the children and creating a very field of protection around them. So they are a lot more powerful, more intelligent, they do better at school. There's been another separate study done on kids as well. So the first thing I would like you to do is to write at least between 3 to 10 things you're grateful for. The second thing I would love you to do is to write a list of things you're grateful to yourself for. Now, this is typically for people, it's good for people who are very hard on themselves. I'm one of them. I'm a high achiever. I love to achieve more. I love to get to places at the end of the day. I've got a list of things to do. And I like actually ticking them off because it feels like I have done something important also for other people. So it makes me feel good. But obviously, if we focus too much on the ticking of the list, the joy, the pleasure, the happiness that we just purely take out of living evaporates quite quickly. So writing a list of gratitudes for yourself, I would love you to do that now when you're listening to, if you're listening to me, making a list of gratitudes towards yourself. What are you grateful to yourself for? It's hugely healing, and it actually shifts, resolves and dissolves the feelings of I'm not good enough, I should have done this, I shouldn't have done that, I should have achieved more, why have I done, sense of shame. So writing gratitude in here, I would love you to also write at least between 3 to 10 things. If you can go to 100. That would be extremely healing and loving. So the next list is list of gratitude for yourself. Now, the power really is then when later on, when I ask you to read it, when you read the list of all the things you're grateful to yourself for, you need to stop at every single one. And then I'll be asking you to close your eyes and feel it. Feel it with every single cell in your body. And this is not only the writing, but then rereading it and feeling it will start actually creating a lot of feel-good hormones in your body. Will start expanding your heart, your capacity for miracles. And the people who you're going to be around you, who are going to be around you, are going to feel a lot better. Yes, Joe says, you told me in March to stop pushing much, which I've been doing my best to do. Wonderful. Then you need to put this on your list of gratitude that I've been more gentle with myself. Now, I've been more gentle with myself as well, but I've got a long way to go. And writing the gratitudes at the end of the day or reading them at the end of the day actually shifts your perception, because it makes you realize how well you have done. So some of you have listened to my end of year video where I talk about when you actually look at your life with honesty, where you thought that you haven't done enough, the truth is that you've done more than you should have, and probably the opposite is true. So writing things down puts you in a state of clarity and wisdom and truth. It's almost like trance. When you're doing gratitude, it puts you in a very different state. Your brainwaves shift and you can see things for what they really are. Okay, so the first one was writing the list of gratitude for everything and everyone. Second one was the list of gratitude for yourself. And the third one, I've already mentioned this yesterday. The third one is writing few, it could be one, it could be two, it could be more, things that have challenged you, things that you perceive as annoying, irritating, difficult, painful maybe even. And I would love you to just focus on one to start with and make a list of benefits that have come out of it for the fact that I've actually experienced this hardship. And so I actually love doing this because it very quickly neutralizes any challenges or difficulties that I'm experiencing. So I tend to do that while they happen. One of the questions I've asked myself, what is the gift in this? And by the way, this is not to ignore the pain. It's not to override it. It's not to push it out. So if there is a pain, there's sadness, there is something that needs to be acknowledged. It needs to be acknowledged. So I'm not asking you to override it, but I'm asking you to see the other side of it, that when we are angry with someone, we tend to not see the other side, the other person's perception. We're not in the shoes. We cannot access their world because we're focused on ourselves. So yes, if there is pain, it needs to be acknowledged. Yes, it needs to be embraced. Yes, it needs to be handled. But if you look at the gratitude and the appreciations for that situation as soon as possible, it may actually help you to deal with the pain in the first place. And why I'm actually asking you to do this is because life is not just all miraculous all the time and fun and pleasure. People die, people leave us, we lose the jobs get lost, children are difficult, people are grumpy, they cut our road when we sort of drive somewhere. So someone said to me recently that they were on their way to work and they were driving quite fast because they were late. They were sort of rushing around. They were quite irritated, and someone has cut before them, and so it was a near miss. They nearly crashed into each other, and then the person got out of the car and they had a little argument and they sort of chatted a little bit and they calmed down. But anyway, the person went to work a little bit angry. But as a result of this near sort of miss situation, she was late, and there was a horrendous car accident on a highway. And not only she decided to avoid going through highway because she saw it on the GPS navigation system, but if she went, then she may have been caught up in it. First of all, she could have been in it, and because there was many cars that crashed into each other, like 20 on a motorway, and then people stood there for 5 or 6 hours. So not only she would not be able to go to work, but there may have been some sort of danger. So we never know when something bad happens, what gifts are in it. So you may already assume when something happens that there has been always a balance of good and bad, and with the focus on the good. Okay, so you may have maybe wanted to write something. Some of you may know, because some of you are here listening to me. I've worked in the breast cancer clinic for almost 20 years. And one of the first questions that I've asked people that sometimes annoyed them was, what is the greatest gift in you having cancer? What was the biggest gift? And often from this tragedy and pain and disappointment and losing hair and breast and temporarily health even, some of the women said to me this, just imagine, they said to me, I've never said this to anybody. I don't wish it upon anyone. It's been one of the worst things that have ever happened to me, but it's also been one of the best things that have ever happened to me, because for the first time, I feel I'm important. For the first time, I give myself time to rest. I have a nap in the afternoon. I give myself the best possible food. I come first before anybody else comes. I come first. And for the first time ever, I acknowledge the fact that I matter. And so when you know that and you look at difficult things with that perception, the only good things can come through this, and you open the portal for miracles. Okay. And the last thing is, this is very, very important, but you can only do that ideally when you've gone through the other things, particularly the number 1 and number 2. The number 3, writing the benefits of the challenges, are actually only relevant when you have had something challenging happening to you. So if you haven't had anything challenging happening to you on that day, you may not need to go through this exercise. Gratitude towards life things, gratitude for yourself, this is crucially important. Okay, so the last thing, the very last thing I would like you to do, it's my favorite. Oh my God, I love doing this so much. It's writing gratitude for things you would love to happen, either on that day or that month or that week or that year. So this is called future scripting, and many of you who've worked with me know it. Future scripting is all about feeling grateful in advance for what you want to happen. So as an example, look at my beautiful cup. I love it. I've chosen it especially for you for today, because it's all about opening of the heart. So writing the list of gratitude for what you want to happen as if it already happened opens the portal to miracles big time. So as an example, I, as you know, on the 19th of January, I'm running a course called the Year of Expansion. And every year when I run this course, I tune into the people who are coming, I check what they need, and I want to make sure that everybody gets what they need. And part of me making sure that that happens is that I write a gratitude list for what I want to happen as if it already happened. So it will be like this. I'm so grateful that the 19th of January 2020 has been the most spectacular success. It has been the best course I've ever run. The people left enlightened, inspired, open-hearted. They have become clear on what they need in their life. They've become also clear on what their soul needs. And they've become very focused on what they need to do and how they need to be to attract all the miracles and all the great things into their life. Thank you that X amount of people came. Thank you that as a result of it, their life has changed and shifted for the next 12 months. Hello, Inga. Good morning. And so writing the future script for the things you want to happen that day, that week, that month, that year, basically takes the work with gratitude to a very different level. Even in the Bible, I'm not necessarily I'm not knowledgeable about the Bible, but I was quite surprised to find out years and years ago that in the Bible it says, thank God for what you want to receive already in advance as if it happened, and he will give it to you. I know I've sort of maybe simplified it, but the essence of it is like that. And so please think now about something that you very much want to happen today, because we're just starting the day, and you may just very quickly write, I'm so grateful that today I felt peaceful, relaxed, open-hearted, that I have achieved more than I've achieved 4 weeks before, and this and this and this have happened in the best possible way. If you have a meeting that you need to go to, if you need to chat to someone and maybe a difficult conversation, you may want to write how well it went. And so if you write that thing down, it may be just for today, but as I said, it could be for the whole year. The future script for the whole year, you can have it ready and already written, and you can add it when you read the future script in the morning. You can add it to your little ritual, gratitude for what has happened and to yourself, and gratitude for what will happen, but you perceive it as if it already happened. The brain doesn't see a difference between what's imagined, what's real. So when you start feeling grateful for your for the future that came out in much better way than I've expected, those things will start happening in an amazing and incredible way. The future scripting I have used is one of the most successful elements of my business development. I can't tell you how many miracles have happened because I have written the future script, then I read it, and I felt into it. So you don't just write it, you then read it, you visualize it, and you feel it. Okay, so that is all for today. Please stay open-hearted. Please be the source of love and light for the people wherever you go. Think of yourself as the generator of love and miracles. Remember from yesterday, see the miracles where you haven't seen them before. Celebrate them, feel grateful for them. Make a list of gratitude as soon as possible. Read them, feel them with every single cell in your body. And most importantly, start playing with the future scripting. And if you read the future script before you fall asleep, miracles happen. Because I have to say that if you fall asleep with this feeling of gratitude at the very end of the day, and you just read your future script, your subconscious mind has got something to work upon. So it keeps on making it happen while you're asleep. Caroline is asking, Gosia, should this fourth list for things we want to happen that day or longer term? Yeah, very good question. So it is up to you. In the morning, I will probably write a future script for what you want to happen today, but it's actually saying, I'm so grateful that this has happened in a much better way than I've expected. And in the evening, you can actually write and read a future script, which is a more longer term. My daughter has joined me and she says she loves your top. Yes, thank you. Yes, so the top. So basically, this is, thank you, your daughter, for saying this. She's nice and long. And when I went to Morocco to see my friend in Marrakesh, who, by the way, organizes amazing trips there, spiritual and amazing, and she takes people around Marrakesh and Morocco. I have written a future script that it was an amazing trip, and I have specifically written that I have bought 4 beautiful tops that make me feel amazing and expansive and wonderful, which is not always easy for me to buy. Go to the shop and buy the colors that suit me. So you see, I even use my future scripting when I travel. So again, Jo, thank you, daughter, for joining in, because it's very helpful. I've often, when I my son loves it too. Thank you. The whole family appreciating my top. It makes me feel great. When I travel, I make a list of all the things that I want to happen. And for instance, a few years ago, I took my mom, after my father passed away, on a trip to Italy. And I had a navigation system, and my 2 friends had different navigation systems. So there was 4 of us, 3 female friends and my mom. And none of the navigation systems worked. They all packed up. They refused to work in Italy. So we hired a car. And you see, I had a future script written, and all the friends of mine and my mom had to sign it. And it was, I'm so grateful. We are so grateful that we had the most miraculous trip in Italy, that everything worked well. The car worked brilliantly, and that we were taken to all the places by angelic force, and that we always got to places on time, that we found everything easily. And I tell you, we spent the whole week traveling around Italy without a map and without the navigation system. And I think it was just miracle upon miracle. My mom said afterwards, she said, there was not one thing that went wrong. We've never got lost. How that was achieved? I said, well, Mom, the power of gratitude and the power of future scripting. So, so that's why I would love you to write future scripts about everything and anything, including the trips you're going on, and including the meetings you're going on, the business meeting, everything. Anyway, I've promised myself to have a short live today, and it's already 33 minutes, but you're still here. My goodness me, thank you so much. So let me finish with a little blessing for you for today. And I would love you to close your eyes for a moment. So take a deep breath in and breathe out. And as you're breathing, I would love you now to feel grateful for one thing in your day today. It could be maybe the fact that we've come together and we're taking part in this amazing 14-day challenge. So breathe into your heart, feel the gratitude, and notice what happens to you when you feel the gratitude. Notice that your body is relaxing, you're expanding, you're becoming a much bigger person. And then feel grateful for something that you're grateful to yourself too. What are you grateful to yourself to? Well, I'm grateful to myself for getting up earlier, preparing for you, and doing something in the morning that will make me feel wonderful, knowing there will be more and more people joining in and listening to it throughout the day, and it's going to touch their life in the most beautiful way. So what is it that you're grateful to yourself for? It could be something very small that you hear, that you're listening to it, that you bring in more miracles into your life, whatever that is. Just feel grateful to yourself. And then imagine this beautiful wave of love and light pouring out of your heart in all directions, going to the right and left, front and back, and top and down. It is this beautiful golden light is spinning around you, and it's creating a field of miracles, good luck zone, that brings good luck to everybody you're going to meet, brings good luck to you, and it pulls into this field amazing opportunities, people, resources. Everything that you need comes to you with ease. but you are also answer to other people's challenges, and you are a solution wherever you go. You bring light, solutions, blessings, love, inspiration, because your field is expanded. So when the light pours into your day, every single moment of your day, every single moment in the evening, all the way till you go to sleep, see the whole day being filled with light. It's pouring into every single cell in your body. It's uplifting your energy field, because you absolutely feel energized, boosted, and you feel better than you ever felt. Your body is responding to love, gratitude in an amazing way. It feels good. And I would love you now to send gratitude to your liver, kidneys, your heart, your lungs, your brain, every single cell in your body. May it be to every single cell in your body and every single area of your life. The love is pouring into every single moment, every single cell, every single person that you're going to meet. And as the light is flowing, I would love you to imagine yourself now at the end of the day, feeling extremely grateful for having lived your day in a miraculous way. And I want you to feel grateful for some specific things that you want to achieve today. See them being done. See that things went better than expected, the meetings, the intentions, the plans that you've had for today. Imagine that all of that has happened in a much better way than expected. So send love to all the people, all the situations you're going to meet. Send your love to your family members, your children, pets, dogs, cats. And then one last thing I want you to do is imagine that you're giving yourself and your little inner child a humongous big hug. And just say to yourself very quietly in your mind, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And take a deep breath in and breathe out. Very slowly open your eyes and then notice how you feel. Sometimes you may even notice that the room has changed its colors. It's much brighter, it's much more shiny. And so yes, Joe, yes, write a future script about moving to New Zealand, how all it all went, what a great decision it was, and everything flew beautifully, and you've had all the people supporting you. It actually can save a lot of heartache when you write a future script, because essentially you're programming your life, and you're co-creating it with divine light. And so you have a full capacity of making it as miraculous and amazing as you possibly can. And in fact, the only limit here is the openness, how open we are for the miracles. And we typically think very narrowly, but a lot more amazing things can happen if we open up and we become the factories for miracles. So that's all from me today. Have a wonderful day or evening if you're looking at it in the evening. Be the miracle that you are. Enjoy every single moment, celebrate it. And I'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. for the 3rd day challenge. Please share this with people. I would be so appreciative. I'll be so grateful to you. Please, I'm grateful to you already that you've shared it with 10 people or so. Tomorrow, there will be a lot more of them. And if you care about people and you want their life to be more miraculous, please share it with them. And I will see you tomorrow. Lots of love. Thank you for joining me.